Well met, lords and ladies, Jacob Butter speaking, and welcome back to another episode of... Well, it's Christmas time comes to a conclusion. Here is something that shall resume as per normal, hopefully. But it seems like we've got a few, or at least like new-ish people. I seem to recognize you vaguely, but hey, if you are in fact new here and I'm just, spitballing and I'm, saying complete nonsense right now, then welcome to the stream for the first time. Well, can't think of a better belated Christmas gift than that. So hopefully all of you have enjoyed your holidays. As for me, I most certainly have. But now it's time to hone in because the year is coming to a conclusion, and that means that the Jacobs are, well, they have been right around the corner for some time. I can't pretend that now is the time where the crunch begins. It very much has been in operation behind the scenes. I bring this up because since I was scrambling for to get my nominations in today, as the final judge to cast the votes, basically. I must be the final judge. Anyway, the long story as to why that ended up happening. Not particularly relevant for right now. I'll talk about it on Wednesday. I realized there was only really one entry for best Gacha musical or best musical in general, because they're all Gacha musicals. I don't have to specify that. And that's because the other musicals didn't actually fulfill the criteria for music. You would think that would be a given, but I mean there are some series out there that will will use the brand of an existing musical series or try to establish their own without actually going into a musical number at the very least in their first episode. Which, yeah, I guess if they might would go for like a long burn, but the thing is, this particular one that we're looking at today is called a Gacha voice-acted musical series. I was sort of on the fence as to if it was called, I called it like pilot episode before because that was what the name of it was. I thought it might have been like accidentally uploaded, might have been the name of the series, but no, it was the title of the episode, which came after the title of the series and the number of the episode, confusingly so. So I guess the series is just called a Gacha voice-acted musical series. So you better believe that if there's any chance of a second entry for Best Gacha Musical, it has to be the one named after the genre that it is in. So that's my hope for today, but we'll see if my hopes are dashed entirely, or if they're actually sustained. I think I've skipped the intro, so we won't have to worry about copyright for that portion, but for now, without further ado, on with the review.
Another day of college! Although, it's a lot more awkward when you just got on a TV show.
I mean, it's only awkward if people know that you were on said TV show. Nowadays, people will either not watch TV in general, or they won't be tuning into the same programs. It very much depends. Not quite how this happened in the days of Victorious, let's say.
It's that girl.
Then again, Hollywood Arts would be paying attention to that particular TV show anyway, because they will try to be on it themselves, but whatever.
I heard about her.
I heard she wears too much tan.
Uh-oh.
I think that was, I heard she sprays too much tan. I don't know if that's like an I heard situation. If that is indeed spray tan that she has, surely you can just observe with your presumably present eyes that that she does indeed apply, whether it's too much or not. You can judge for yourself in the moment. Like, I don't know.
Why is everyone whispering about me?
Ariana?
Hi, Paige!
You're acting a bit...
This scene right here reminds me of Fred and Mur, which, by the way, reminds me there won't be a stream tomorrow again because I've got the part 2 of our holiday special for D&D on the Butter Bunch. So yeah, honestly, just as well because doing like late entries into the Jacobs particularly, they still have to qualify, but they don't. It's one of those things where it's kind of like an awkward situation. So you just kind of have to hope that the videos in the last couple of days of the year are terrible, so they don't end up qualifying for anything. But anyway.
Off. Is something wrong?
Oh, nothing. It's just the staring and whispering is making me feel...
Anxious?
Yeah. Either way, sprays too much tan or wears too much tan, same issue applies. That there is an observable, evidence, I suppose, or lack thereof, to sustain such claims, or to refute them.
Yeah.
Do not pay attention to them. It will only make you even more anxious.
Pay no attention to the whisperers behind the shadows.
I'm trying! I just can't help but think about what other people think.
Well, as long as you don't hear it, you should be fine.
Ha!
A bit of a clumsy way to use think twice in the same sentence, but technically kind of makes sense.
Look who it is. Ariana Flores, the Gyaru girl.
Not now, Aiden.
Okay, so I will say that if she is supposed to be a Gyaru girl, then yes, a lot of Gyarus will actually spray tan on purpose. So yes, that's more likely to be the case.
What's wrong now? Don't start crying now. You'll ruin the large amount of makeup you have to put on your pretty little face.
I mean, that is also, Gyaru makeup is also very deliberate. A lot of the time, it's actually supposed to not look good if you're doing it properly. If you're familiar with what Gyaru fashion was supposed to be like in response to.
Stop
Which for some reason I am.
it, please!
What's wrong? Too scared to defend yourself like always?
And I will also point out that despite like the anti-fashion protestation that it still is, I guess, it's kind of like died down recently, aside from in anime tropes. But yeah, it's always a conscious choice to adopt that particular style. It's not like it's one of the things that just kind of like chose you and like thrust upon you. That's not how that works. So yeah, so know what that's about. Oh, hey, Lovestruck Studios. Wait, were you the one who made the Thread Between Us Lovestruck series? The one that I reviewed recently? I think that might have been you. If so, welcome. If not, then also welcome. I'm not gonna be like, yeah, well, get out of here. Anyway, speaking of tan, I can't tell if that's eyeshadow on her, if it's a spot she couldn't tan. Just called it makeup, that answers my question. Yeah, okay.
Just as weak as ever.
Just as weak as ever. It's like the final punch in Kill Bill for those who've seen that one. I've always said that doing combat in Gacha is usually, well, if it was Gacha Life then it'd be complicated, but this is Gacha Life 2. You can do like other moves or make it seem like someone's like actually like wailing down on a person if you really want to like have that angle. Whereas with this, not only is her expression, way too neutral to be like, I'm so angry at you. Punch, punch, look how angry I am. So not only is her expression not helping her in this case, but also the same move repeatedly, not exactly the most, it depends on the move, I will say, because Dragon Ball does this a lot to save an animation, but this move particularly does not convey the extreme violence I think it's supposed to. Get him! Get him! Anyway. Oh, your channel that promotes the... Okay, fair enough then. I guess that technically applies to me as well, because I did recommend it after watching it, I think. Juleka looking girl. Oh my goodness. I can... If it weren't for Purple Tigers, I couldn't imagine Juleka wailing on anyone, quite frankly.
She said, shut your filthy mouth!
The bloody hell!
She also disappeared. Did I look down and she just vanished for a second? Where did she go? Wait a minute, I did go back. Alright, so there she is. Oh, she was jump cutted out of existence. I see. Great. Glad I rewound that.
She said, shut your filthy mouth!
The bloody hell!
Nobody speaks to Ariana like that.
Yeah, see, like, the way that he says that, he doesn't even sound like he's that hurt. He's more like, what was that for? Come on. versus, you know, being like pummeled or like repeatedly punched in the eye. The eye, for crying out loud. Also, yes, that was a Gravity Falls reference.
Because if you mess with her, you mess with me. And I promise you
You mess with Spidey, you mess with New York. You mess with one of us, you mess with all of us.
do not want to mess with me. Do we have an understanding?
Yes, I get it.
Good. Now get out of my sight!
Okay, that line there, I really like the growl behind that. Well done to whoever voiced this
Hey,
character.
chill. I'm going. Jesus.
I mean, yeah, I guess like Rose and Jill. Yeah, I said Fred and Merc because the obvious comparison would be like, you know, someone's going hi, because that's like what I do for Fred, being like, hi. But yeah, you know, similar idea. Anyway.
I'm sorry about him. He's a jerk for no reason.
It's fine. He's right. I do wear too much makeup.
It's okay. There's no reason to cry. You look beautiful with or without makeup.
Like I said before, depending on, on how far you want to go with the Gyaru look, sometimes the point is to not look beautiful, but, you know, that's beside the point.
Sorry. Can I excuse myself?
Go ahead. Whatever.
May I please be excused? Permission granted. Take your hall pass with you.
You need to help. There must be something I can do to help.
Have you seen Ariana?
She went to her dorm room. She's not having a good day.
What happened?
Some jerk brought up the fact she wears too much makeup. It's not the first time he has insulted her, but I'm sure after that punch, it'll be the last.
I'll go to check on her.
Okay, I think this character is supposed to have a stutter. I think that's why it's like, I'll go to check on her or something like that. You know, like, somebody speaks like this, like that idea. I think that's they're meant to be like, you know, like a really shy, like introverted character. That's why the lines are written that way. I'm not sure if the voice actor of this character kind of like processed that, because the way it's like, I'll go check on her, it feels like it's very like too determined to be a stutter, to be honest. If you're gonna read a determined line, usually for these characters the stutter disappears, unless it's an actual speech impediment. Anyway. The Gyara style is pretty, in my opinion. Yeah, it's one of those, like, interesting things because, you know, like, I feel like any sort of, like, countercultural fashion ends up taking on a life of its own to the point where people figure out how to look good in said form of fashion. I guess, like, an equivalent version would be for example, let's say goth off the top of my head, because, again, think about D&D and Orchid and such. Yeah, if you see someone go full goth, a lot of the time it looks very terrifying. But if you see someone like, you know, take on like a few of those aspects, not go like the full version, usually those are the ones that people find, you know, more visually appealing. Same thing with Gyaru style, basically, because if you look up if you look up just like, I guess, like the word Gyaru, aside from once you like filter out all of the animated version, look at like actual pictures, there's a very clear difference basically with what you're supposed to take away from it. So yeah, I guess that's just kind of I guess it's just another example of that phenomenon happening that happens to have originated out from the other side of the world. Yeah. Her room is so aesthetically pleasing. I guess it does, again, match with the rest of her, so that's fair. Even with a speech impediment, I don't stutter on every word. I do stutter that much. I pause, take a breath, and I try. Yeah. Yes. That's I think there's a difference between characters that stutter because they're shy and characters that stutter because they have a stutter. Not Evan, so I'm looking at that line there. Yeah, that guy gives me the vibes of somebody who stutters because he's shy, but at least in his writing, in terms of his performance, I'm not so sure. Oh, okay, jeez.
Look at me. You may think you see who I really am.
Yes! Actual musical number! Let's go! We can qualify!
Every day, it's as if I play a part. Now I see.
And I think it's the actual voice actor singing.
If I were a mask,
This is perfect.
I can fool the world. But
It counts, yes.
My heart.
Alright, we got it.
Who is that girl I see staring straight?
I have no idea what song this is, by the way, so, you know.
When will my reflection show?
It sounds vaguely familiar, so I don't think it's original, but hey. Close. I'll take what we can get here.
I am now in a world where I have to hide my heart.
Fair enough. I have seen Mulan, but it's been like,
But
I
somehow I'll show
Like
the
almost 20 years, I
world
think.
what's inside my heart and be loved for who I am.
Oh wait, this is... Oh, that means I'm gonna get Disney copyrighted. Even better.
Who's that girl I see staring straight back at me?
If this part gets muted, you know
Why
why.
is my reflection someone that I don't?
Oh, I see what they're trying to do here with the reflection as well, and like... Because there's no mirror, I suppose. I do remember the setup for reflection in Mulan, actually. In the water, particularly, and like also mirrors. I guess trying to confine that to this space doesn't quite work. But in universe, you wouldn't want to leave. It's the kind of thing that like my passion would try and do and like extend outside of here. Yeah, I thought this might have been, you know. I mean, I feel like if you sign up as the VA for a musical series, you're expected to sing at some point. Especially if you're one of the main characters who does sing. But anyway.
Hey,
Wait, I'm sorry. Did her eyes just change color? Go back. Yes, they did. Oh, wait. Oh, are those cubes meant to be contact lenses? Okay, interesting. Interesting that the takeaway behind someone criticizing your appearance is to modify your appearance even further, but alright, okay, sure, okay, that's fine. Again, if I remember, I didn't know the song was called that, but I remember the setup of Reflection in Mulan, and like a thing that happened during that is that she removes the makeup from that, you know, the intended betrothal that she was a part of beforehand, you know, as a reversal, but alright.
hey, can I come in?
Derek?
It's me. Paige told me you were having a bad day, so I wanted to check on you.
Come in.
I've never seen you upset before.
It's because I'm always happy and I just have to mask everything. That's the reason why I wear makeup. To express how I like to dress or how I feel. I don't just put makeup on to make me look better. I put it on because I feel more comfortable with makeup.
Yeah, this is actually something, by the way, that I actually, I remember that I used to really, really despise makeup. Like, I've only worn it myself, like, maybe like 4 times in my life, and all of them were for theater-related purposes. Because, yeah, like, it's one of the things that I just, you know, cannot get behind the concept, at least, you know, for myself. If it makes other people feel better, then more power to them. But I can definitely see the trap that someone can fall into. Because I have heard, you know, I have heard a lot of people say, you know, that they look like a monster without makeup or something. And not even to like the degree of, like, Gyaru makeup or anything. Like, just, like, regular, you know, balanced amounts that people tend to apply to themselves. And yeah, I always just feel like terrible because it's like, you know, there's not much you can say in that moment. Because you know how like I like to be like objective when it comes to you know, reassuring someone. I like to try to establish something factual in order to like lighten someone up, because you know, like in your own mind, if you say something subjectively reassuring, people can be like, oh, you're just saying that to be nice or whatever. And but if you like, if you make them think about it in terms of something that's a fact, then there's like it's more difficult for someone's brain to cancel that out with negative thoughts because that idea is not as easily dismissible. That's why I tend to be like so abrupt and not abrupt, direct in my approach with reassuring. But that doesn't work when someone talks about makeup, for example, because, what can you say at that point that isn't, just, opinion-based? Because, they say beauty's in the eye of the beholder. So, it's one of those, like, helpless situations for both the person involved and someone else who is listening. Unless the person who is, applies the makeup to really intrinsically trust, like, that person's opinion over everything else, or, I guess, chooses to believe them in the moment. Yeah, I don't know. Well, those things. So, I completely get this, and I'm glad this actually addressed somewhere, in some form.
Then just to show my real face.
What are you talking about?
My eyes aren't blue. It's just contacts.
Oh, so she put them back on. Okay, I must have missed her taking them off beforehand.
My hair is blonde.
Oh, wow, okay, alright, I was not expecting her to just pull out a bucket of water to get rid of hair dye. Again, never dyed my hair, but I know that some dyes you can take out in the wash. However, if someone is constantly dyeing their hair because they want to appear to be more blonde than they are, why wouldn't they choose a permanent one? Would feel like less of a hassle. And I guess how would you represent that visually if you want to have someone, say this? Well, actually, just have someone's roots start to show, which is difficult in Gacha actually, because I remember this is something that KW struggled with because her again go back to D&D I suppose, like her first D&D character has white hair. But the white hair is dyed. Her actual regular hair color is auburn, but there's no way to show there was in Gacha 2 there was no easy way to show like roots that would grow out. So if this weren't a Gacha video, I would say show that by representing like roots basically, because the other reverse of it would just be like down here for the highlights, and that doesn't work. Or to have a lot of it appear all at once. But yeah, if you want a good example of this, by the way, look at the Owl House. Without too many spoilers, one of the main characters, Amity, dyes her hair for various reasons, but her natural hair color is brown. It starts off as green, then she re-dyes it purple later on, again, for specific reasons. So, yeah, it's one of the things that they like keep track of. So, yeah. Isn't the song natural stutter from Aerospace Asian stutter because she's still upset? Better than a forced stutter. Yeah. I'm guessing that the natural stutter was a voice acting choice and it wasn't part of the script versus the non-natural stutter from, I guess, Aiden, apparently, is probably because it's written into the script and therefore it's read out as directly as it would be normally. So yeah, if you want to stutter for a character, don't force it. Exactly. Yeah. Might be part of a script. Yeah, Owl House mentioned. I mean, hey, it's a good example. I would think. So yeah, bottom line is I would not have the hair dye come out all at once in this manner. And honestly, like you could probably like sacrifice the idea of what the hair's supposed to look like, or maybe even just like show a photo. There could be like a photo somewhere in this room of her without her hair dyed. That would probably work as well. I just don't think that the pouring of the water, it implies that she applies the hair dye constantly when she really doesn't have to, is my main point. Yeah. I think I could carry across the new character in season 2 of Body Pops has a stutter. It's easier to have that in a non-voice acted series, so I think you'll be okay. Because with non-voice acting, you just show it in the script and you don't have to worry about how a voice actor is going to interpret it, and whether or not that's going to come across or not.
It's just a dark blonde. My tan is not real. It's just tan spray. This is who I am.
Yeah, see, that doesn't come off. Because, again, why would it? So that's what I mean. You could have like a version of her, but yeah. My best friend who can't have YT wants to know if you'll react to any more Hillside High. Yes. I will say for anything that I reacted to for the purposes of Gacha Fest, it might take me a bit longer to cycle back to them because I was intentionally cramming in so many all at once. But you know, once January rolls around, I can spread them out more evenly. So I will try to remember to include Hillside High in that.
I am without all those layers. It just feels so wrong looking at myself in the mirror like this.
Oh, they didn't make a Shrek reference. They said layers.
But you look more beautiful without the makeup.
You think so?
With
Yeah, see, someone could easily refute this. That's why I'm always like, help us in this situation.
the makeup, you're very cute. But without it, you're even more gorgeous.
I'm surprised that much blush shows through the spray tan actually, but hey. Oh, okay. The way to fade the scene to itself, I guess. Not only was it not pre-rendered, so it had to fade out at different times, but it also came up at different times, and I guess now we get a second musical number that was edited separately? Is that what's happening? Okay. Making up for lost time. Alright. Proceed. Oh yeah, the icon photo is the table. Well, Ariana
I'm
is.
not the one to stick around.
Oh, okay, I can hear the mic crackling in this one, so I guess maybe the audio wasn't processed or it was a different day.
One strike and you're out, baby. Don't care if I sound crazy, but you never let me down, no, no. That's why when the sun's up, I'm staying still in your bed.
Okay, I will commend the mimicking of the original artist for this, much like with the last song. I'm not sure about the lyrics of this one yet, as far as I mean, I guess like it's complimenting, Aiden particularly for coming in with the save, I suppose. But yeah, I don't know. It just feels like she still wouldn't be like that keen immediately. But oh well.
Singing.
They could donate. Oh my goodness. I realized that I actually realized as I was doing this that the nomination for Ballet Pops came from you. So of course you couldn't. Not for Ballet Pops. I mean, they're for Silmation. So I guess it means you can include Ballet Pops. I didn't think about that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Got all this time on my hands. Might as well cancel our plans, yeah.
Yeah, see, that's what I've got this time in my hands, must cancel our plans. This is where I would I would say if you're gonna have someone sing different lyrics, I think that they sing the lyrics themselves, I would recommend changing them ever so slightly. I know, I keep saying, oh yes, original musicals with original lyrics, I get that, I'm a broken record. But in this case, they don't have to all be super original, because again, as somebody who is now in a panto, but has also seen plenty of them in the past, a lot of them, my favorite examples of songs from pantos are ones where they change the lyrics just enough for it to make sense. One of the first ones I ever saw, actually, is, it was about a song called Alice. It was Alice in Wonderland was the panto itself. This was by the Madrid Players back in, 2011 or something? I'm not sure. But yeah, the thing is that in that one, they actually sang a song that originally was about someone for 20 long years living next door to Alice. Alice, who on earth is Alice? Well, who the F is Alice was the line. But they changed it because at that point, Alice was missing in Wonderland, obviously. And for some reason, I haven't plugged this in the whole time. I got a new cable for Christmas and I haven't been using it. Sorry, give me a second. It's fast charging too. The only downside is that it's heavy as. But anyway, is it working? It's working. Okay, what I was saying was, yeah, they changed that because Alice was missing, and the characters singing it were looking for Alice. So they changed it to Alice, Alice, where on earth is Alice? You see? Just enough to not cause too many issues. And it's easy to do that when you actually have the singers there. Unlike in something like the Music Freaks, where the songs are predetermined because the voice actors are not the ones performing them. In this one, you have a bit more, you have more freedom, so you might as well use it.
I could stay here for a lifetime.
Oh, I see. Okay, stuck with my. Okay, I knew that Ariana Grande and Justin Bieber had recorded some songs together. I haven't listened to any of them, but I remember this one like random fact that they recorded them during lockdown. So when they tried to get a promotional photo for the album specifically, there were no pictures of the two of them together, except for this one thing from like a special that was like accompanying Victorious. That was something that Nickelodeon had decided had like, you know, worked on. Like they got Justin Bieber as a guest of some kind. And there was a promotion photos for that. So they had to use photos that were like 10 years old for this album. With these two collaborating artists, because that was the only picture they had together. So if this is that song, then I suppose, I mean, hey, you know, one female artist, one male, it makes sense as a collaboration. I wonder if they're wonder that's how it's gonna go.
So lock the door and throw out the key. Can't fight this no more, it's just you and me. And there's nothing I can do. I'm stuck with you, stuck.
It might just be me, but like the way that a song repeats lines like that, I feel like there should be like more movement, basically. If anything, why don't we see like his reaction to this? Because they're in the song number together, right? They don't need to be like separated like they are.
With you.
There's nowhere we need to be.
Yes, see, now she gets to be in frame with him, so why don't we get that earlier?
No. I'ma got to know you better. Kinda hope we're here forever.
And if anyone's wondering where the stutter went, actually for people with speech impediments sometimes, and for people with stutters, when they're singing, it's actually much easier to, because you're already keeping a rhythm, right? So you get more of you get more cohesion from it. It's one of the things in the movie The King's Speech that they actually talk about, is that apparently, you know, well, King George, before he was King George, I guess, didn't stutter when he sang, so that was part of his therapy.
Nobody on these streets.
They couldn't Photoshop them together? I guess? Now that you mention that, that would have been the very obvious solution, but I guess they didn't think of that.
If you told me that the world's ending, and another way I can't spare it. Oh.
Got all this time in my hands.
Might as well
Cancel our plans.
This is another thing I really appreciate about this song particularly, is the fact that they have harmonies in it. Because I don't think I've seen in any Gacha song harmonies done. Maybe like some of the Music Freaks ones, possibly, but I mean, even then.
I can stay here for.
It sounds. I mean, yeah. I don't know if in most of it sounds awkward as much as it looks awkward. Because again, it's the same problem with the last song. They're just in a room, and as far as that goes, it's not like super interesting. I know that I give the Music Freaks a lot of flack for their abstract visuals that don't make sense a lot of the time. But at the very least, you can say that they're like trying to explore something, or trying to, you know, take you on a bit of a visual journey, let's say. This one, there are songs that do work in this context, and obviously in actual stage musicals, this is how they tend to be to some degree. But that's why they embellish these things with, you know, like lighting changes, or, you know, backup dancers or singers or something else going on at the time, because they're aware of that issue. Because without that, where's the spectacle? You can't even do like camera angles in this setup because you only have like the fixed background. So really, this is this area is quite restrictive for them. Like if they did this outside, for example, they could at least like, you know, explore and wander around. But unfortunately, that's not headed up. I feel like maybe they could have done that incidentally. They could have transitioned into that with her saying like, oh, you know, or maybe him encouraging her to like go outside in this form and see what happens, essentially. Because also, part of the criticism she got originally was like her wearing too much makeup. So if she took it off, I think that would probably cancel itself out a little bit. Unless that was all related to the music competition they just did, which hasn't come up since the whole makeup thing, so who knows. Yeah. This isn't the first time we get singing this series. Episode 1 had it. Well, I was scrolling back through episode 1 for the nominations. I couldn't find musical numbers aside from the opening and the closing of, "Hey boy, gonna get ya," that song. Aside from that, I don't remember. Although now that you mention that, I'm pretty sure there was like one series that like they performed certain they performed like a diegetic number. But for the life of me, I couldn't find it in as I was scrolling through. Maybe because I would have watched the whole thing, but I was like just going through like a bunch of them. So yeah, I don't know. I didn't realize that like someone had knowledge of green screen. Well, I mean, the whole background itself, I don't think this is in Gacha, so they had to get a custom background, which means they must have green screened them. So yeah. They could put them separate layers to prevent floating. Well, it's more of a case of like moving them down or up to, because that would have prevented floating itself.
So lock the door and throw out the kick and fire.
Oh, maybe that's why, because it's locked the door throughout the keys, so it has to be inside. Okay, you know what? I get that. I take back what I said earlier.
There's no more, it's just you and me, and there's nothing I can do.
I'm stuck with you, stuck with you, stuck with you. So go ahead and drive me insane. Baby, run your mouth.
I still wouldn't trade me.
It also just hit me the irony of like her using like an Ariana Grande song for the character named Ariana.
Being stuck with you, stuck
Not only that, but also Ariana Grande herself is known for tans, so yeah.
with you, stuck with you. I'm stuck with you, stuck with you, stuck with you.
I feel like they went a little bit out of sync there, actually.
Oh, baby, come take all my time.
Don't
be
wanna
tempted,
make
that's
me lose my mind.
We got all that we need here tonight.
I'll lock the door and throw out the key. Can't fight this no more.
This would be a great
It's
close-up,
just
by the
you
way.
and me. Nothing I'd rather do. I'm stuck with you, stuck with you, stuck with you. So go ahead and drive me insane. Baby, run your mouth. I still wouldn't trade all this. Loving you, hating you, wanting you. I'm stuck with you, stuck with you, stuck with you.
Musical number category. I mean,
Stuck with you, stuck with you, stuck with you.
nothing that has the Music Freaks, they stuck out the whole song. They don't always do that in Music Freaks.
Hi, welcome to my potion shop.
Yes, can I?
Hey, can I get a gravity potion? I seem to be floating off the screen and across the
I
tables.
make a request.
What kind of request?
I want a potion that can turn me into a siren.
Wait, I cannot give you a potion like that. It's too risky and it will make you lose your mind.
That implies that she has potions like that or knows how to make them.
You cannot make me even with any
$500.
You know what?
Okay, $500 is a lot, don't get me wrong, but for a shop like this, probably not enough to compromise your entire morals. I would have put the figure up a little higher.
I might let it slide this time.
Oh, and she had it on her person the whole time. Of course.
Here's your potion. Enjoy.
This is a dangerous potion. That's why I carry it on me at all times.
How about you work for me by supplying me and my girls with this potion every performance? I will continue to pay you until that grand prize is mine and the idol arena.
Say that grand prize? What grand prize? You didn't say what prize this is. This character does not know you. You've just met. How? What?
Will be all mine.
And there it is. Okay. Yeah, so I guess I'll have to look back at at episode 1 if I just missed out on that other performance. Because now you mention it, yes, they did mention the musical, the actual competition or the TV show that they featured on. But I feel like they kind of like cut away right before that happened. So I don't really know. Yeah. If it isn't the same month as pilot episode. No, that was the pilot. Wait. Oh, so the pilot episode and episode 1 were 2 different videos? Oh, that's why. Okay. Full disclosure, I thought that they renamed the pilot episode to episode 1 once it got going. I did not realize that they were actually 2 different things. Okay. Okay, what to do. Alright, I'm going to quickly go through episode 1 without pausing as much as I can, because I need to get to a call, but I know that if I end up like leaving it here, I'm not going to remember to apply it. So, yeah, I'm going to have to go into this one. We're just going to pretend they were in order. I might separate this video. Actually, no, that's what I'll do. I'll separate this stream out over the next couple of days so that we can actually sort that out. Okay, let me just quickly, because again, I was going to discuss the nominations after this point anyway, and that was the reason I picked this to begin with. If I'd known... Yeah, first of all, Josh, you've been here the entire video. If you knew that I hadn't read episode 1, I wish you had said something sooner, but anyway. Because I was under the impression that that was not the case, because no one told me about it. Alright, so let's do this very quickly. Go through episode 1, which is different enough, and then we will... Yeah, hey boy, I'm gonna get you got me, yada yada yada. Let's begin. So these are the group that from last time, all of them together.
Hey, Hannah. What's gotten you all of a sudden?
I was going to say it did seem weird to go from like the last episode to immediately something about like one of the characters without mentioning the competition, so I guess that's where we actually get the point.
She's always in a good mood.
Oh, nothing. Just the manager of Idol Arena saw the music video and asked us to practice over there
Wait, that's why I recognize this. This is literally just the beginning episode.
for an upcoming show.
Like, this was part of the pilot.
Oh my god, that's so amazing! Wait,
Yeah, no wonder I was
thought you
confused. It was just the
deleted that
first
music
part again.
video.
I got North Passed. This episode North Passed me again.
Did you keep it published?
Well, I clicked on the X button to make it look like I deleted it.
You little brat! I love you so much! We can finally perform on a real stage in front of lots of people!
The manager said that to be by 3 p.m. Let's go!
Fine. Get in the car, but you better not leave any trash in here.
Better mute
I'm gonna blast some
the trash.
K-pop.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, I think that's probably also copyrighted, but they're not helping
You three,
themselves.
welcome to the Idol Arena, where we select a
Ah, yes. Ignore me. I just had surgery to remove my entire face.
group of talented singers to compete in winning the grand prize. Do you want to meet the people helping you?
What is wrong with your face?
This is Rose Aralyn. She will be sewing all your costumes and making your accessories.
Eek! I am determined to make sure you have the best outfits. It's kind of what I do here.
Oh my gosh! You like the color pink too?
You like Yaru too?
Her name is Lady Bailey. She is a professional photographer and editor who
She can also teleport. Are they allergic to having people walk into a scene?
will make sure you have the best photos and cutscenes.
Hello, my dears. I'm happy to be working with you three on your amazing journey through Idol Arena.
Alright, you three practice on the music, and in 5 hours your first song battle will begin.
Ah, yes. Have them. What a great setup they have going on here. Show up after you happen to be to have like finished school, rehearse for 5 hours, and then I presume at 8 p.m. you're performing. Great.
Well. Guess what, girls? A new
Yeah, match in
trio of
disguise, yes.
newbies has been qualified to compete in the Idol Arena.
I guess this is the future Siren character and future trauma victim, because what on earth is going on over there with her eyes on the right-hand side?
Not too concerned about new rookies.
Ugh! Their music video sucked! How did they even get qualified?
Don't know.
How did they get qualified? Get him away from me.
Oh, don't care.
I do!
Girls, pay attention. I have a plan in order to make our music sound better.
It involves getting rid of the highlights inside of our hair, which have been kept in for some reason.
Maybe new editors.
Better lyrics?
No, with something way better. Something that will only
I did in fact notice the pearls. I'm not, I'm
be
not blind in
in
that case.
our hands.
Hello, everyone! Welcome to the first battle for the 5th anniversary of Idol Arena.
Not the worst.
We
way to
have
a crowd here.
Svetlana, Enid, and Wendy versus Hannah, Lexi, and Ariana.
Neither groups have group names apparently. Great.
Let the
Guess they didn't have time during the 5 hours of rehearsal.
battle begin.
Fight so dirty, but your love so.
Okay, no, I definitely remember this specifically. I don't know why that was not so obvious. Oh, might be because they just glossed over it. That's why. Okay. So yeah, they sing a little bit of Teeth. Yep. They did that.
Never, never, never.
Oh my god, no, I remember commenting the harmonies of this. Okay, this is why cramming out all of those reviews for the Gacha Fest was a terrible idea. Because there's so much that happens so quickly in all of them that I just end up blocking out so much. Okay, yeah. No, this is definitely getting nominated, and it should have been already. Great.
Let go.
Sometimes you're a stranger in my bed. Don't know if you love me or you want.
Okay, I technically have already heard this, so I'm going to skip ahead for that reason. So look at my pilot episode review if you want to listen to the rest of this song. Unfortunately, don't have time
Either
for it.
team can come back from that.
Okay, wait a minute. No, I think this is where we cut off last time. So I remember mentioning Takedown, but then I didn't. Did they actually do it?
So sweet, so easy on the eyes, but hideous on the inside. Whole life spreading lies, but you can't hide. Baby, nice try.
Yeah, no, I don't think we got to this part in the pilot, because I would have remembered mentioning this. Because also, again, the lyrics don't work in this context. Because they're not spreading lies. All you know is that there's the music video you think is terrible. It does. The whole point of Takedown was that they actually were spreading lies. They were demons in disguise, and they were being unmasked in the first place by that song. Or the intention was that. It doesn't work the way that they plan it to. Not to mention also that in the actual competition that Huntrix and Sacha Boys were a part of, they acknowledged that Takedown was a bad idea for a song because it was because of how harmful it was and how much it didn't sound like them. So they're committing the same mistake under which Takedown was formed, and I can't tell if that's intentional or if it isn't. If it is intentional, then that's kind of brilliant that they're sabotaging themselves. But if it isn't, then I would reconsider what this was all meant to be in the first place. So yeah, okay.
I'm about to switch up these vibes. I finally opened my eyes. It's time to kick you straight in.
Yeah, see, I finally opened up my eyes. How does that work for a group that you have just met? It doesn't.
To the night.
Cause I see a real face and it's ugly as sin.
I'm guessing this is obviously a parody of, when the demon versions of the other that started to surround Rumi. Yeah.
Time to put you in your place, cause you're rotten with it.
Although they don't leave after that happens, so okay, I don't even know anymore.
When your patterns start to show, it makes the hatred wanna grow
Out of my veins. I don't think you're ready for the takedown.
I at least appreciate the harmonies again.
Break you into pieces in a world of pain, cause you're all the same. Yeah, it's a takedown. A demon with no feelings don't deserve to live. It's so obvious.
I think they all went down at that point. Because I'm missing the... Okay, you're right.
Hammer gear up and take you down.
Yeah, something like that, yes.
I'ma take it down. It's a take down. Take it down.
It's a takedown. I'ma take you out. You break down like what? It's a takedown.
Okay, so we are doing the full thing. Alright, yeah. Again, I normally appreciate that, but still.
Grind, you'll be begging and crying. All of you die and never miss my shot.
When your patterns start to show, it makes the hatred wanna flow out of my veins. I don't think you're ready for the takedown. How can you sleep or live with
This is true, yeah. Yeah. I'll say that much. But not like I'm an expert on that, but yeah.
Body and watch you die.
You can try, but you can't hide.
Ooh, a heated battle between the two groups. Great performance to both teams. Let's give a round of applause. Everyone, be sure to vote on who had the best performance, and the winning team will get
Minus 10 points for not trying the Korean. Yeah, you know what? That's another very good point. Yeah, alright, yeah.
Get an advantage in the next battle.
That was so intense, but so much fun. But don't you guys think something was off about that?
Yeah. It sounded like it was targeted to us.
Oh, really? You think so? I wonder what gave you that impression.
Like a threat.
It's probably the lyrics to their song. It probably was not a threat.
Oh, but it was. I should give you a warning to just quit now, because clearly you three were shaking like the scaredy cats you were.
I will say this, with that accent, I'm reminded of Das Sound Machine from Pitch Perfect 2, which I know is not the intention, but hey, I'm not complaining.
The music industry is very unfair and unkind to newbies.
So we are going to be unfair and unkind to give you a taste of that, or just to complete the cycle?
It's like y'all.
Suckers!
And there were no other existing teams but
Maybe they're right. Their performance was way better than ours.
No,
No, it wasn't. I will tell you, it was not.
they were not. Do not let those words sabotage this opportunity.
They are kind of scary though. But I will let them see it.
Those words that they said only give us more encouragement to bring it our all.
Yeah, you two are right.
And she'll also in future Siren Girl's voice when she was sick, I if that was intentional. You know what? If it was, then they should have saved it for after she became a siren, because that'd be like a very like obvious, uncanny aspect of of a voice later on. That would have been a great idea, but I guess they kind of got there too soon.
Our next performance will be super good.
Hey, Ariana.
Hey, Derek. I'm glad to see you came to see us perform.
Should we
Okay, yeah, his name was Derek. I just saying Aiden.
give
but
you
yeah.
two a minute?
Yeah, let's give them some space.
So I saw you perform. You were so good. And I also brought you these.
Okay, no, I think I figured this out by now, because I remember this too. I think I watched this again. I thought I was rewatching the episode to figure out the best musical numbers for Gacha Fest, and that's why I watched this off camera. That's why I've been so confused. Okay.
Aw, thank you. How did you know bellflowers were my favorite?
I overheard you talking about it to Lexi.
I've been stalking you.
Oh, you remembered? Thank you. I gotta get back to my dressing room now.
I just realized the character that doesn't have glasses has the nose, and the one that does have the glasses does not.
Mwah!
All right, there we go. All right, okay, done, dusted. Okay, I will give my final thoughts about this. Love the harmonies. I really appreciate finally, hearing like an actual voice cast sing the songs, which has been long overdue in Gacha. I attempted this myself a number of years ago, never ended up coming out to see the light of day, unfortunately. But there it is. It became its own stage musical, actually, ironically enough. But whatever. That's it for now. I'm gonna leave it at that. on a technical level, could definitely use some improvements in terms of like, you know, the floating and the actual what was I gonna say? I guess that's like putting things together, but the backgrounds clearly like had me fooled as far as, you know, like something outside of Gacha, which makes you wonder why they were green screen to begin with. That was the case, but there you go. And also for the scene in the room, I would have definitely like preferred like some more movement, either some more poses or just like a different expression for some of the time. Definitely some camera angles too. But yeah, this is taking on a bit of its own identity, I suppose. You know, it established itself here. Clearly, later on was going to go into like a bit about the actual other characters involved and their struggles, and see where it goes from there. I wonder what would happen now, considering that that Ariana seems to be like the main focus and has been for some time. I wonder if they're going to shift that now. They're going to keep that up and have her be like, you know, the main, so to speak. This version's roomy. I don't know. We'll find out. But for now, I think that's I feel like that's the next step. And yes, I would say, you know, work on like making the starters sound more natural on Derek as well. All right, that's good. That's it for now. Thanks everyone for joining. Please leave a like or dislike because your opinion matters. And subscribe if you've done so already. If you saw this video recently, that's because it's a VOD, I suppose. So I'll separate that later. But for now, I have to go. I'm needed elsewhere. So on that note, until next time, farewell.